Please ignore how beat up this top hat is, and this is fake blood, by the way, and please ignore the fact that I haven't ironed my backdrop. I do not have an iron, unfortunately, so one like equals an iron. Now, this is a re-upload, also a remaster to an old video that I had made in the past that I had taken down due to it being flagged. Alice in Wonderland. The story about a young girl named Alice, who finds herself in Wonderland after chasing a white rabbit wearing a waistcoat. There, she meets characters like the Cheshire Cat, the Caterpillar, Tweedledee and Tweedledum, the Mad Hatter and March Hare, and the Queen of Hearts. Alice in Wonderland was published in 1865 by Lewis Carroll, and since the publication of his novel, it has been adapted into many films. There were a couple of silent films, a live-action stop-motion hybrid film in 1949, and probably the most notable one is the 1951 animated film by Disney, which is one of my favorite films. There were also more adaptations throughout each decade, like the anime from the 1980s, another live action and stop motion film in the 80s too, and much more to come. But it also inspired this. What you just saw was a horror movie that came out in 2010 that is pretty low budgeted, and this film is titled Alice in Murderland. However, there was also another title called The Alice in Wonderland Murders. Now, I have watched this movie a couple of times before. Obviously, I made a video reviewing this, but it got taken down. But I had watched the movie again with my girlfriend, and I have watched it again for this video. I'll be talking about the movie from beginning, middle, and end, and I will discuss what I thought of this movie, but for those who have watched my original video, you guys would probably know anyway. But let's jump right in, shall we? So the film starts with a flashback to 20 years ago, and holy low budget. I think we can all tell how low budgeted this film is just by looking at it. It just looks like a student was assigned to do a film assignment in a film class in college and didn't even try, really. Which is basically my description of watching this film. Anyway, in this scene, we are introduced to Anne Lewis, who is looking to buy a house by this woman who looks like she's in her 40s while she's dressed in clothes that looks like they're for teenagers. Which, good for her, I guess. Another thing that is also revealed is that Anne is turning 21 today, and she also has a child by the name of the title character of this movie, Alice. The homeowner eventually leaves, and Anne decides to go into the basement, which you know something bad is about to happen once you go down to the basement. Yeah, so we have our first kill in the movie. Anne is killed by an axe, and we go into a title card. I really hope everybody watching this video understands the reference. Now, transitioning into the present, we are introduced to Alice and her best friend Mallory. Alice is thinking about how her mother died when she was 21, and how she is turning 21 soon. We also get introduced to the whole friend group, such as Mean Girl Tiffany, her best friend Samantha, Kat, a psychic major, as well as Mallory's roommate, mushroom addict Pima, and queer-coded couple Dee and Donna. Mallory talks about how they plan to have a theme party and everybody gets assigned to a character that they will dress up as, since that character basically fits their personalities, basically. Alice eventually leaves after Mallory mentions how her uncle purchased the glass place, which was also the same place where her mother was murdered.
Yeah, the glass place is where Alice's mother was murdered. Probably not the best choice of a party for Alice.
We then get a scene where we get introduced to Alice's aunt, Lena. They talk about how Alice's mother died and some memories Lena had with her mom, as well as being disapproving of Alice's father as well. Mallory comes in and Alice decides to have her party at the glass place. A party at the place where your mother was brutally murdered? Yeah, if I had a party at a place where my mother was murdered, I would cancel the party instantly. Eventually we get a woman and... wait, isn't this the same person who was last seen with Alice's mother before she murdered her? Because if so, how did she not even age? I guess they couldn't find an actress to play her as a teenager, and it's just cheaper to have the same actress play as the same character, both in teenage and adult form. She's on the phone with someone where they inform her that the glass place was purchased, and she doesn't seem happy about it. But before she can protest, she ends up getting... I'm sorry, she dies so dramatically that it's comical. Also, that white sheet wasn't there before. How did it get there? I don't know. Then we get two random dudes, one a professor and a student named Andrew. Andrew is talking about how he needs to retake an exam that he missed out on due to an excuse of his family member passing away, but he isn't really good at lying since the professor busts him after he catches him in a class right after the class he taught with Andrew in there, and even calls him stupid. Oh my god!
If I were to give you a stupid test, that is something I'm certain you would pass.
What?
Even Andrew is offended.
Look, if I don't retake the test, I might fail. And if I fail, you fail.
I'm sorry, that doesn't make sense. If I fail, you fail. Sir, you are talking to a professor that probably is doing well for himself with money you are giving him for classes, and you don't bother to show up? You're the one that's wasting your own money, sir. Eventually, Mallory shows up, and it's revealed that she is related to her professor, who is her uncle, and Andrew is her boyfriend. Does she, know pretty much everybody? Alice is her best friend, Kat is her roommate, Andrew is her boyfriend, and Mr. White is her uncle. Interesting.
Just make sure I pass the class.
The little slap on the head is killing me.
Dee, wake up. Did you hear that?
Heard what? The background music? If that's not it, then I didn't hear anything. But whatever the noise Donna heard, she goes to see what it is, and for some odd reason there's a creepy man dressed up as the Mad Hatter for some reason. Donna walks into a very smoky kitchen. Girl, turn off your stove! You are going to set your dorm, apartment, whatever complex you live on fire! She finds the Mad Hatter's hat, and when literally just seconds ago it was on his head. The Mad Hatter eventually scares Donna, and Donna retreats back to her bedroom with Dee no longer there.
Donna.
I'm sorry, how the hell did she get into the kitchen? We literally didn't even see her at all while Donna was running away from the Mad Hatter. How did she get there? But whatever, Dee is in the kitchen looking for Donna, and she gets attacked by the Mad Hatter. Donna hears her screams, and like an idiot she is for the majority of the time in this film, she goes back into the kitchen to investigate and finds Donna's corpse and gets killed by the Mad Hatter. Oh wait, never mind, it was only a dream. Mallory meets up with Mr. White to discuss Alice's birthday party being held at the glass place, which Mr. White purchased the place. He's hesitant at first, but eventually changes his mind once Mallory tells him that he is invited to the party, and Mallory gives him the role of dressing up as the Mad Hatter. Alice shows up at Mallory and Kat's place to discuss party planning, and what they do is that straight away they decide to have a sorority party and to not invite any guys to the party.
Who wants their ex-boyfriend at their birthday party, huh?
With the exception of Mr. White, of course, since it's his place after all. Tiffany and Sam, I'm just gonna call her Sam for short, talk about how ridiculous it is since Alice's party is going to have no guys, and then we see this dude just climb in through the window for some reason.
Matt? What are you doing?
Why do you need to climb through the window? Just use the front door. Well, it turns out this is Matt, Alice's ex-boyfriend, and Tiffany's current boyfriend. And the reason he snuck in was because he can't see Alice since she was at the front door.
I saw Alice coming through the front door, so I know I'm not supposed to see her since we broke up.
Was he stalking her? Tiffany decides to sneak Matt into the party, and she starts to have her way with him.
Will you wear the special panties, the ones that say...
Okay. Let's keep what they say our little secret, okay?
I think it might not be that big a...
Okay, first of all, that explains why Alice probably dumped you in the first place, and second off, why even invite Tiffany? Number one, she's a hoe, and number two, she kissed Alice's ex-boyfriend. I still wonder how she is even part of the friend group to begin with. How? The girls meet up and talk about how there will be no guys, but Tiffany protests and they decide to vote between having no guys at the party.
Who votes to have guys at Alice's 21st birthday party, making her miserable with...
I love how Donna just raises her hand and Dee just slaps it down. What a stupid dumb bitch. It is finalized that there will be no guys at the party. Mallory then tells the girls that they have a list of costumes to bring to the party. Alice notices that Tiffany is on her cell phone, and Alice initiates a new rule to not bring cell phones.
It would be cool if we didn't bring cell phones.
Right.
Which, ma'am, this is a horror movie after all. Like, what are you gonna use to call for help?
I had this nightmare last night and it had the Mad Hatter in it, and he killed Dee and me. But I mean, he didn't really kill us because I mean we're sitting here. But I think it's some kind of warning, like I don't know that the Mad Hatter's gay.
What? At the glass place, we see Andrew setting up traps and ends up getting caught by Mr. White. Andrew tells Mr. White he's here for the party. How the hell did he even know that there was going to be a party here? And how did he even find this place? I guess maybe Mallory probably told him because he's her boyfriend after all. But like, the movie never really tells us. Mr. White tells him to leave and threatens to call the cops, but Andrew just knocks the phone out of his hand and Mr. White eventually escorts him out. But Andrew fools him and returns to the basement only for this to happen. He dies! Today is now the day of the party, and Mallory brings up a suggestion to hike to the glass place through the junkyard. However, only Mallory, Alice, and Pima are the only ones to hike through the junkyard. Everybody else arrives by car, and the trio makes it to the glass place before dark. Everybody is here, and the party has begun. Mr. White does a little Alice in Wonderland reference.
Happy unbirthday to everyone!
Which I think is the only positive thing that I can say about this film. Everybody starts trying on their costumes, Tiffany is on her phone, and what the hell is Samantha looking at? Kat notices that Tiffany is on her phone, and she takes it out of her hand and ends up smashing it, which causes Tiffany to crash out. I'm sorry, what is this fight scene? All they're just doing is just hooting and hollering and just doing a play fight. You know, those fights where they just wave their hands and up and down, slapping each other's hands and looking away to avoid getting hit, like something like this. That's how I would describe the fight. The fighting eventually ends when Alice gets a bucket of water dumped on her head. Mallory, I guess, gets a magical towel because Alice appears to be completely dry in the next scene, as if that bucket wasn't dumped on her head. Like, how did she dry off so quickly?
I thought you were supposed to be in a caterpillar costume.
Have you ever tried to buy a caterpillar costume? Those things are like $200.
Pima, I'm sure a caterpillar costume does not cost $200. I literally went on Amazon just to see for myself, and none of the costumes that were listed were anywhere near $200. So, what is she talking about?
Where's the red bitch?
Mallory notices that Tiffany is nowhere to be seen, so the group takes 10 minutes to be off by themselves before meeting up in the theater.
Oh, question. Hi. Yeah, if we don't have our cell phones, how are we gonna know when it's been 10 minutes?
That's a rare moment for Donna to be smart because she makes a good point. But also, another good point she can make is if something were to happen to you guys, what are you gonna do without your phones? Matt sneaks into the party and meets up with Tiffany, who has been just pacing around the room waiting for him. Matt tells Tiffany that this isn't a good idea, but Tiffany becomes persistent and also gaslights him too before kissing him. Right in front of Alice.
I was gonna keep the necklace you gave me, Matt, but now I don't want it.
Alice takes off a necklace that was given to by Matt and tells him that she doesn't want it anymore, which Matt insists that she keeps it, to which Tiffany ends up breaking off her relationship with Matt.
You two are pathetic. You know, I thought I could convert you, Matt. You know, like, make you fun. But you're a terminal loser.
Well, guess that relationship didn't last long. Alice tells Matt that there's something strange about this place, and I wonder why. Oh yeah, this is the place where your mother was murdered! Like, I get it already. This is like the third time that you brought this up, and I'm already getting sick of hearing this over and over again. Oh, and don't worry, you're gonna hear this multiple times throughout the film as well, too.
You know, it's where my mother was murdered 20 years ago this day.
Then why even come here, especially now?
Good question, Matt. Why come here especially now?
I don't know. Maybe, if I could just get through the night, it would change everything. I would get over it.
Ma'am, even if I wanted to get over the thought of being in a building where my loved one was murdered, I would still probably grieve. Matt leaves Alice alone in tears and sneaks out through the window and eventually encounters a figure with a mask. He thinks that the figure is Alice, and he is also given back the necklace, and we eventually learn why Matt dumped Alice.
I loved you. I just went with Tiffany to make you jealous. I know she only dates me to make you angry. I thought, we get back together.
Sir, you know better, especially with what's about to come next. I'm sorry, how does one slash and then all of a sudden his guts are everywhere? And also, again with the dramatic death scenes. Well, whatever, he's dead now. Pima invites Dee to try one of her drugged mushrooms, to which Dee gives in and eats one, while Mallory finds Tiffany. Okay, let's see this party in action.
Ooh, look at all the pretty lights. These will be great for when we put on plays.
Can we play some music or something?
Yeah, no, this party already sucks.
In the Alice in Wonderland book, they have a tea party. Why not have a tea party? That's what they do right before they cut their heads off. Off with their heads.
I'm sorry, why is Alice so happy about that? Alice starts to go crazy, and Kat makes a statement on Alice's craziness.
You want my opinion?
Yeah.
Well, Alice knows her mother was murdered here 20 years ago, on this very date.
If I had a nickel for every time somebody mentioned the fact that Alice's mother was murdered every time in this movie, I'd have like 4 or 5 more nickels.
Tiffany and Samantha had enough of this and try to leave, but Mallory pushes them back down, and we get another fight scene. Okay, I thought the last fight scene was an attempt on being good, but this one literally is just slap takes. Oh wait, it gets better, I promise. After some head grabbing, pushing Mad Hatters, and a shot up a skirt, Tiffany and Samantha decides to go upstairs. I'm sorry, why do they walk like that? This is literally how stereotypical mean girls walk, but maybe it's also the fact that they are wearing heels as well too. Pima offers Alice some mushrooms, to which Alice declines, which prompts Pima to go upstairs.
Whoa. The mushroom just hit me.
Wait, so I'm confused. Is the party upstairs or downstairs?
The party is where the mushrooms be.
Upstairs.
The mushroom eventually hits Dee, and she starts to go high, and both her and Donna go upstairs. I'm sorry, all of these girls are such fake friends. Tiffany decides to set up some traps as a way to get back at Mallory, but Dee is still high on the mushrooms and starts to hallucinate.
The hat is green.
Pima leaves with Donna, and they start talking with each other, and then we get something that kind of bugs me a bit.
Wait, you're a senior. How can your major be undeclared?
I don't know. It's been like that a long time.
How long you been a senior?
6? 7? No, 9? 9?
9 months?
No, 9 years.
So, let me get this straight. Donna has been a senior for 9 years, so how old is she? I mean, looking at her, she's probably like in her 30s maybe, because if that's the case, why is she hanging out with these girls?
So, let me get you some more tea. Where's the Cheshire Cat?
She was here a second ago.
Back downstairs, Kat mysteriously vanishes. Pima and Donna return back upstairs with clean mushrooms, and Dee is still high while also calling Donna dumb and stupid, but still loves her.
I know he's coming, but he won't hurt Donna. I love Donna. She's stupid. She's actually dumber than dirt, but I still love her.
We then see what Dee is hallucinating about, and what the hell am I even looking at right now?
Let go of me!
I'm assuming this is how people are when they are high or after you consume a weed mushroom, but I don't know. There is a hallucination that involves the Mad Hatter attacking Donna, and Pima is just hitting her with the fly swatter, and Dee defends her by attacking the Mad Hatter.
Mad Hatter! Mad Hatter! Mad Hatter! Mad Hatter! Mad Hatter!
Dee, stop it! Dee! Let her go! Stop it!
However, it wasn't the Mad Hatter she was attacking, it was none other than Samantha.
Mad Hatter! Oh my god!
Dee proceeds to also attack Pima on the way to the bathroom since the effects of the mushroom are kicking in. I'm sorry, but Dee's like little like charging at Pima is just so funny. I don't know why. But Pima defends herself and they are not in the bathroom but in a laundry room. Again, we get more about the characters and another drug episode and some sporadic mood swings.
Damn! You bit me again!
And then we time travel? No, we're back to 20 years ago. I'm assuming this is an alternate memory of how Alice's mother dies, but again, the movie doesn't address it. It just continues to add more unnecessary plot holes. The woman tells Anne that her husband wants her dead and that he no longer loves her, and she is even wielding a knife. Anne protests by telling her that she has to be there to raise Alice, but the woman shows no signs of sympathy and ends up killing her. Wait, it's another dream. Alice tells Mallory that the party was a failure and that she should have invited guys, but Mallory, being the good friend she is, cheers her up.
I think something happened to her mother too, but she never talks about it.
We also learned something happened to Kat's mother as well too, but she never really talks about it, unless if it's another similar fate to Alice's mother. Then we cut away to Mallory showing a photo of her taking a photo up Tiffany's skirt.
I didn't see you snap that photo of her. Tiffany's gonna hate that.
I know. And guess what? I'm gonna put it on YouTube and Facebook and every single type of technology that I can get my hands on.
Girl, if you posted that on social media, it would either be taken down quickly or... Did social media even have good moderation during the time this movie was filmed?
If Kat comes back before I do, I need you to keep an eye on her and do not let her out of your sight, okay?
I'll guard her with my life, Black Rabbit.
Okay.
Yeah, I kinda like them. They're such good friends. Pima undresses Dee and she gives her a shower as a way to try to make her sober, which only lasts for 7 seconds. Pima does a check to see if the effect had faded, but Dee tells her there's a Jabberwocky, and then we see the figure that killed Matt, which causes Pima to run out of the bathroom, leaving Dee alone with the figure. Dee mocks the figure, and eventually, this happens.
You're one ugly son of a bitch.
I cannot tell you how much I laughed at this. One stab, and all of a sudden there's an explosion of blood everywhere. Like, how? I know it's supposed to be horror logic, but like, you shouldn't lose that much blood over a couple of stabs to the point it just explodes everywhere. Pima tries to escape but is unsuccessful. She has a run-in with the killer and runs back upstairs and hides behind a table that the killer fails to notice. Like, how did it not notice her? She can literally be seen through the corner of your eyes. But whatever, the killer loses her, and Pima finds an open window with a ladder, which might be the same place where Matt snuck in. Pima climbs down to safety, and when we thought she got away, the killer is seen climbing down and grabbing an axe and pursuing her. Girl, take off your heels! That's why it's starting to catch up to you! But sadly, she trips over a rock, and the figure ends up getting her. And now, Pima is dead. Back with the Tiffany party, Tiffany begins setting up a trap where her plan involves having a brick fall on Mallory's head and also some electrocution.
Doesn't it seem like Dee's been gone a long time?
She was pretty messed up. I'm sure she'll be fine.
Yeah, Dee is not looking fine.
So you didn't find her?
No, I'm afraid not.
Find who?
Okay, the way she just randomly pops out of nowhere is something that needs to be studied. She must have, like, teleportation powers or something, because I don't know. After the trap is set, Samantha brings over Alice and Mallory, but they also leave Kat alone with Mr. White. But she eventually disappears again.
Oh, heavens.
Samantha brings Mallory and Alice to the trap, but Mallory is not dumb enough to fall for it and pushes Samantha into the trap, completely foiling Tiffany's revenge.
You first.
While Donna, on the other hand, finds Dee's body and is captured by the killer. Eventually, they hear Donna screaming and find her glued to the toilet seat, and Dee's body is now nowhere to be seen.
Please just pull!
Ow, 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 ow! What are you trying to do? Rip my skin off?
Girl, what did you think was going to happen?
We'll go downstairs and get you some help.
Yeah, be sure to stick around.
But what if the dragon guy comes back?
Here, spray him with this.
Great thinking, girls, leaving her alone with a weak chance of survival. The girls find Kat downstairs with Mr. White now missing.
Okay, so we need to find my uncle so we could use his cell phone and call the police.
He said his phone was lost in the basement, and no one else here has a cell phone except me, but oh wait, some idiot smashed mine to bits.
I told you guys you should have brought your phones! Now you guys are screwed. Actually, no, because they're even more screwed because after they go to the front door, they're locked in. So, you guys are extra screwed. The girls start arguing over who the killer might be. Some say Mr. White, some say Charlene Glass, whoever the hell she is, who actually, she might have killed Alice's mother, but the argument stopped when Alice snaps and everybody splits up.
By yourself? We have a better idea?
Works for me. Come on, Sam.
What is with these horror movies just having everybody splitting up? Like, what happened to sticking together as a group? Alice and Mallory go to look for the cell phone. Donna gets taunted at by the killer, but doesn't get killed.
Help! Help!
Tiffany and Samantha eventually split up as Samantha goes to help Donna. Mr. White gets Donna off of the toilet with full force. Samantha tends to Donna's wounds. The killer strikes, but is knocked out by Tiffany.
Gotcha.
And then the reveal. It is none other than...
Oh my god.
Kat. Funny thing, when watching this movie with my girlfriend, she thought that Mr. White would be the killer, and she was even more confused as to why Kat would be the killer, but I'm glad she's not the only one who thinks that, because Kat being the killer was something I never would have guessed. And plus, I thought Mr. White was the killer too, because he and Andrew were the only ones in the building when Andrew was murdered, but whatever, Kat's the killer because she's always disappearing.
And my mother was the one who killed your mother. It was all about your father, the man they both loved.
It is revealed that Kat's mother killed Alice's mother and that it was all about Alice's father. That just feels anticlimactic. Over a man? Be so for real. Eventually, after the murder, Kat found her mother dead and Kat destroyed the note that was left. Again, feels anticlimactic. The group decides to look for a way out while Tiffany and Samantha stay with Kat.
Alright, you four go look. Samantha and I will stay with Kat. Maybe she'll tell us something.
Finally, the group sticks together. Well, sort of. For some odd reason, Samantha laughs at a joke that Kat tells Tiffany, which is strange.
He's in a body bag!
The group, for some reason, decides to split up with Alice and Mallory going to a window that has no bars, and Mallory decides to go through and ends up getting stuck. And also, for some reason, the window changes positions. Like, it was all the way up, and now it's down once Mallory got stuck. So I think Mallory could have gotten out of there to begin with, really. Tiffany still demands answers on how to get out, but then we get a plot twist from Samantha that her and Kat are sisters?
She's really my sister.
4 years I followed Mallory around just to be close to Alice's best friend. Samantha stayed close to you.
Listen to your whining.
I'm sorry. What? But I guess we get an answer, I guess? Because turns out both were on different sides, where Kat was with Mallory in order to get close to Alice, while Samantha was with Tiffany as a way to distract her, I guess? But Samantha decides to do something drastic.
Off with their heads!
Show me!
Samantha beheads Tiffany. Tiffany's hair changes, and then Samantha decides to mask this by playing the victim as bait. Alice hears screaming, and Mallory tells her to go without her. Alice gets Mr. White and leaves Donna alone. Can someone please think about staying in a group? Alice finds Tiffany's obviously fake head, and Samantha knocked out. Samantha regains consciousness and tells the group that Kat ended up getting loose and killed Tiffany, but was knocked out when she tried to stop her. Alice grabs a bat to defend herself and the group, but also fails to notice that Kat is following them from behind. Donna is backed into a corner by Kat and tries to defend herself, but Kat gains the upper hand and ends up killing her. Alice finds the window with the ladder, the same window that Matt snuck in, but before they can do anything else, Samantha knocks Mr. White out with the bat and tells Alice that he is one of the killers. But Alice quickly shuts this down, and we get a confrontation between the two. Also, Alice sure has some reflexes, because she is dodging that bat.
Me! I don't want your help! Our mother, all she stopped was an axe!
After the third time, Alice fights with Samantha and ends up getting the bat, and out of self-defense, she beats her to death. Okay, that hit was clearly fake. Mr. White stops the beating and tells Alice that she needs to be strong and help to put a stop to Kat's reign of terror. Kat finds Mallory stuck in the window and decides to play a game with her. A guessing game, that is. She gives out a hint with the riddle.
Get me out. Get me out is the incorrect answer. Ow!
Oh, come on, I'm sure that didn't hurt. After another incorrect guess and another painful machete swing, Mallory guesses correctly and Kat takes photos of her stuck. It is also revealed that Kat killed Charlene Glass, who is also the woman that we also saw on the phone as well too. Mallory begs for mercy, but eventually decides to be put out of her misery. But before she can, a surprise awaits for Kat. Alice shows up and she stabs Kat and saves Mallory from dying in a humiliating position. Before Kat dies, she says her last words.
Remember this, Alice. Once you killed somebody, you are a killer. And once you become a killer, you are a killer until your last breath. Just like me, Alice. You're insane.
Okay then. After the party, we see the sole survivors, Alice and Mallory, over at her aunt's place, and they reflect on that night, but also Alice begins to go mad.
She said that once I killed, I'd be a killer to my last breath, just like her. I'm insane.
And that is the end of the movie. Boy, that was terrible. Everything about this movie just felt like a crime. Also, the poster doesn't do the movie justice either, since it is clearly misleading that this is some sort of Alice in Wonderland horror film, but no. All it is just some random college girls just dressing up and all of them just dying one by one, leaving only 3 to survive. Maybe the title should have been The Alice in Wonderland Murders after all, because I feel like that's kind of a better title, really. The climax is really anticlimactic, the plot twists are also anticlimactic, and the movie also never really bothers to address any of the plot holes. I hated this from start to finish. And also, this is not the only Alice in Wonderland horror movie there is. There's also another one called Alice in Terrorland. And I tried to watch it, but it just kind of bored me out, so I stopped watching it. But if you guys want me to review this movie, I'll review it if this video hits 1K views. I don't really ask for much here, but if you guys want me to review Alice in Terrorland, it's up to you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and if you guys did, make sure to give this video a huge thumbs up, and if you are new to this channel, consider subscribing to this channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any more of my future videos. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye!